Hi guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. This is a price analysis update on Avax, which is Avalanche. It has been on a monster tear over the course of the last few days. So we'll have a look at a few key areas where we could potentially invest if we get a bit of a pullback, and then some areas we could target if you're looking to take profit, and maybe even a little bit of a price prediction thrown in there too. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and let's crack on. This video is in partnership with Cointelegraph Markets Pro. If you want to get one step ahead of the game, go ahead and check their platform out. Throughout this video, we'll also take a look at the Vortex score, which will give us an idea where Avax is currently sitting. So this is Avax Tether daily time frame. I'm using a Binance chart. I've not covered this project for quite a while, and last time I covered it was way back here. And this was the area I was looking to potentially place buy zones, and you can see it pretty much double bottomed and broke to the upside. We have created some new all-time highs today, so that is the all-time high marking now, up at $64.86. I mean, considering we had that major pullback, we've flown, haven't we, recently? I mean, look at that. If we just look at that in terms of how far we dropped from the highs that we created there, and then we went into a bearish period, you can see we double bottomed there, tap, bang. And we did a 78% drop, and you think, Jesus, that's bad, but it's not. Every other project did such a significant bounce. And then we've had that September drop that everyone's been talking about for, well, I've been talking about it since pretty much August. I was expecting a dip in September. It happened, it was quite brutal. Some alts got a major shakeout. Avax from the highs to the lows got a 45% shakeout, which is crazy. But we have been on a, like I say, a monster tear so far, and things are looking good. But let's just put a little bit of a bearish spin on this and have a look at some key areas where we could potentially invest. So I'm just going to drop to a 4-hour time frame. We'll analyze this latest move here. In terms of Fibonacci levels, if you look there, from the bottom of a move to the top of a move, this is where I could potentially look at placing some orders. So $52 is a region where I think it could be a nice area for you to potentially look at placing orders. So we've had that top out there. I reckon there's a good chance to come down, pick up some liquidity at around $52, and then push up and break to the upside again. There's always a possibility that it could come down and test here. So if you've got a bit of spare Tether on the side or some stable assets laying around, just chuck a couple of orders in at $44, because you never know. I mean, the markets are looking good if you're looking to the right hand side here. There's a lot of greenery around now, and things are starting to push on. I'm expecting sideways action towards the rest of this month, but leading into October, I think we're going to really start to fly. But I think now, if you're wanting to buy whatever you want to buy, your favourite altcoins, in this instance, Avalanche, these are good areas to buy before that next major leg up, because in my opinion, I think any orders around this region, any orders around $50 will be epic for the future. So that's your buy zones there. I just want to drop back to the daily time frame. So the money flow is now in positive territory, which is a great sign. And I've just put the moving averages on. We use the 50 and the 20. As you can see, we're being down and tested that moving average 50, which for me is a great indicator for a long-term trend. What I usually look for is once a project has broken above the 50, it signals that the potential bulls are back in town. I always look for a retest of that 50 at some stage within the first month or two. Once it does that, that to me confirms that we are in a trend. It has tested that trend, and the only way now is up. And I think that we are going to start a monumental rise over the course of the next 3 to 4 months. I really think things are going to start to look good. Retest at 50 is a bullish sign. So all in all, things are looking good. So that's your buy zones, 52 down to 44. May not all hit, but fingers crossed, if you're looking to get in, you might get some orders filled there. So that's them orders. That's the bearish scenario. But if we do start to push up, we need to really have a look at some areas we could potentially sell. And in this, we're going to use the, shall we go from, yes, we'll go. So this was the entire move here. So in terms of fib, that was the peak. We've ended that major retracement here. We double bottomed, and then we are pushing to upside. If I'm ever looking for price predictions, there's a couple of things I do. I either aim for a nice round number and just sell just below it. I mean, like you would say, about $100 is probably the first target that you should be taking profit off the table. But never sell it at $100, never sell in a round number, so sell it like 99, 97 or something like that. But this Fibonacci usually gives us some great levels, extensions to aim for, and I think 246 may be a little bit of a stretch, but you never know. Once the bulls start pushing on, and these layer 1 protocols will be absolutely flying. I do think that over the course of this next quarter coming up, I think things are going to get crazy with layer 1s competing against each other. We've got Solana, we've got Polkadot on its way with the parachains, we've got Avalanche. So many of these layer 1 projects now I think are just going to be battling out, and you're going to see some crazy prices. So my price prediction, I'm going to go around 184, but that's just being conservative. I think that there's a good chance that we absolutely blow this out of the water and we start pushing on maybe up to $300, but let's just keep it at that for now. I mean, if you look at that in terms of a price from there to there, that's 188%. You might think, bloody hell, Andy, that's it's quite a lot, that, but for me, I think it's I think that's conservative. So that's the areas where I'm looking to potentially, well, that's my price prediction for it. And I'm not currently holding any of this, but if it does drop down to 44, I may load up, or even at $50. I think $50 is fair value for Avalanche. So that's the price prediction and the buy zones. I just want to have a look at the Vortex score for Avalanche. This is on the Cointelegraph Markets Pro platform. This is the one that is sponsorship of all my videos, and I am massively liking what they have got going on. So it currently has a Vortex score of 71. The higher it is, so it's 1 to 100, the higher it is, the better, or should I say, the more historical data is in favourable of a price push. If it was down in the red, in the low numbers, it would be a bearish shine, but 71 is quite a high score. The higher that goes up, the higher price is going to go. As you can see, as the score has been rising, the price has also been rising too. We're now actually above that Vortex score, which is great to see. And also, tons more data on here. As you can see, the price action, 50-day simple moving average is higher. Market dominance is 0.63% of the entire crypto market there. Volume, $3 billion worth of volume. So that's a Vortex score. Just give you a great historical bit of data showing that the asset has performed well in the past. And then one key point I just want to go back to look at is the BTC pair, because I know people do like to trade in Satoshis, and I think that if you can build up your Satoshis using altcoins, then I think it's the right way to go. So again, major pump to the upside. If we just mark the all-time high here at 14,378 Satoshis. Again, we've done that major pullback. Looks very similar to what's gone on with the dollar pair. We're not quite tapped that 50, but it's close enough for me. So drop into a 4-hour again. I want to have a look. If you want to buy some of this in the BTC pair, here, around 11,600 Satoshis. That could tie in nicely with a tap of that moving average 20 there. So that could be, as you can see, we're using it as support here. So it could be a good chance that we come down here, pick that liquidity up at 11,600 sats, and then push to the upside. And then if you're looking for targets, very similar to what I do with dollar pairs, look at some nice round numbers and just drop in below. But I think 20,000 Satoshis is probably the first major target to look at taking profit in the BTC pair. So that's going to do it for today's video. Just some quick fire analysis and my thoughts on Avalanche, which is ticker Avax. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.